I'm Amy Yu. I am a co-founder and the CTO at Ventora Medical. We are an impact-driven medical technology company on a mission to help premature babies breathe. Our aim is to reduce the number of intubations and mechanical ventilation use, which is really invasive for these babies. Ultimately, what we're trying to do is give every baby the best chance of breathing on their own. Through MTPConnect's CTCM program, we were able to design, develop and produce clinical prototype units of our device that can be safely used in newborn patients in intensive care. The program supported everything from the design, development and production of our clinical prototype, the development of the study protocol and approval process, through to the recruitment of our first participants. The data that we're collecting from the clinical feasibility study has been invaluable in refining our software and algorithms, and we're also collecting really important usability feedback from clinicians, nurses and parents. What made the CTCM program stand out is the support beyond the funding. Our team were able to attend one-on-one sessions with industry experts to further develop our commercialization strategy so that our device is adopted into clinical care.
I'm Nick. I'm CEO of Endo Axiom. Endo Axiom is a biotechnology company taking an oral insulin to phase 1 clinical trials. What we've tried to build is a smart formulation of insulin that you can take as a tablet. So this is something that can respond to your own body in terms of how much insulin needs to be released. People with type 1 diabetes, they need to inject themselves potentially 4 to 6 times per day, and they need to do that for the rest of their life. That's incredibly challenging for people to do for such a long period of time. What this technology is designed to do is to reduce that requirement, so you can have it as a tablet. MTPConnect's TTRA program was the first to back this technology moving out of the lab.
TTRA came along at exactly the right time for our research program. We were able to apply for some funding that really allowed us to start to develop it towards clinical translation. Type 1 diabetes, type 2 diabetes carry an incredible mental health burden, not just for the person living with the disease, but for the people that care for that person. Oral insulin allows people to take back some control in their lives. They don't need to carry needles, they don't need to carry all the paraphernalia that you need when you are dependent on injectable insulin. Smart oral insulin has a number of innovations that actually help to get around some of those incredibly difficult impacts of living with diabetes.
My name is Milanjot. I'm the head of operations at CathRx. We are working on a system called electropulse to diagnose and treat heart rhythm disorders such as atrial fibrillation. In Australia, hospitalizations due to AF have actually surpassed hospitalizations due to heart attack. The electropulse catheter systems, we've designed them in such a way that they're both able to pick up signals within the heart, which we call diagnostic functionality, and then through this diagnostic function we're able to determine where diseased tissue is inside the heart. And then the same catheter can be used to apply the high voltage energy directly to diseased tissue within the heart and restoring normal heart rhythm. If it wasn't for the CTCM funding, we wouldn't have completed the 70 patient trial to make sure that the therapy itself is not only safe, but also effective over a long term.
I'm Dr. Edith Holloway, a Senior Research Fellow at the Australian Centre for Behavioural Research in Diabetes. There are over 1.5 million Australians currently living with diabetes. 1 in 2 of those will experience significant diabetes distress, which is tied to the emotional burden of managing a chronic condition. Supported by MTPConnect's TTRA program, I'm also the lead on the LISTEN initiative, which stands for Low Intensity Mental Health Support via a telehealth-enabled network.
We've been so pleased to have been involved in the development of the LISTEN program and are really looking forward to the rollout of the LISTEN program to address this gap and to bring it to the people who need it the most, particularly in regional and rural areas.
Through our LISTEN program, we have the opportunity to support up to 750,000 Australians through providing a program that is integrated into their routine diabetes care. I think it's been amazing to have the support from the TTRA program, moving our research through that pipeline so that we can now commercialise the LISTEN. MTPConnect's TTRA program enabled us to build the evidence base for LISTEN. I think all of that has really helped to translate it from something that was a great research idea to actually getting it out into the community so that it can benefit not just all Australians, but internationally, getting this out across the world.